represent. We are Idol. Let's go! Let's go!
어서 와. 방탄은 처음이지?
What's going on, Army? This is your boy Martin, aka Level, here back today with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to react to the Wings all short films. Now, this is the next installment of our series Into the Bangtan universe. If you haven't seen the other videos, make sure to go react to them, as well as the initial reactions to the previous music videos that are within this series as well. Make sure to go react to those as well. I'm very excited. Again, our giant theory. I do love how you guys are saying that I'm pretty darn close, which actually makes me feel really good, because your boy, as you know, is a little bit slow. You guys say that I am really good, and you are at times really impressed on how I am able to dissect things down. But let me just say, there's not a whole lot going on up here, okay? BTS are too smart for my own good, right? I mean, they are too creative, too smart, too clever, that I know for a fact I am not going to be able to get this thing 100% down. I don't think anybody is. I get really darn close, but I kind of just, based off of what I see, say almost the first things that come to my mind, things I notice, the things that really jump off the screen to me, I really just like to share with you guys. So because of that, I've been able to expand on into my own theory, and I'm glad to see that it's going in a really positive direction. At times, I know I may slip up. At times, I know I may be doing a really good job, but I do appreciate all of your guys' comments in the comment section down below. So make sure to continue on supporting your boy and commenting in that comment section. So let's not waste some more time. Do me a big favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Remember to comment down below and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
The rhythms of day and night, two different words coming from two opposite poles, mingled during this time.
Begin. Number 1. It's gonna feel kind of like a play. Is he haunted by visions? Whoa. This got dark real fast. Yo, JK is such a great actor, by the way. Is it a crow? Kind of like the one that's on his shirt? Is that what that is? Is it a crow? Or is that a different kind of bird? I don't know. Wings. My
parents' house made up one rhythm. This rhythm was familiar to me in almost every way. Mother and father, love and strictness, model behavior, and school.
Is it like chapter 2 or act 2 lie? Huh. Very interesting backgrounds, by the way. Is he in a psych ward? Oh, he's got to be. He's got to be in some kind of psychiatric ward. And here's why I say that. Because right off the bat, card that he's looking at, this is that upper left dot of what we just saw with the Wings logo, right? Right here. It is that upper Wings logo. It's like one of those pictures that when they show you like, look at this photo, tell me what you see. And depending on what you see, tells you like what kind of personality you have, or whether you lean this way or specifically that way. Also, the camera that's recording him, almost like this is like a, I don't know, kind of like he's being interviewed / like interrogated kind of, or questioned. I don't really know how to explain this. Plus, this overall look right here has the like screaming of like mental hospital or something like that. I don't really know how to explain it. However, I do realize that the bed next beside him is empty. Don't really know what this means other than the fact of maybe he feels like no one understands him. He's alone. Either that or it's a part of that buddy system with the homie J-Hope and he truly feels. But I'm definitely getting the vibes of like mental hospital for sure. Oh, it's got to be J-Hope. We just got the we got.
이 거짓 속에 헤어날 수 없어 내 웃음을 돌려놔줘 Cutting a lie 이쪽에서 날 꺼내줘 이 공동에서 헤어날 수 없어 널 닿는 나를
He's definitely in a mental hospital. He is in hell. Whatever, even if it's not a mental hospital, this is hell. First of all, that sounded absolutely beautiful. Save me from this hell. Caught in a lie. Find back the pure me. I cannot get out of this lie. Give me back my smile. Caught in a lie. Save me from this hell. I cannot get out of this chaos. Save me who is being punished. Wow. And ultimately we see what landed him here. Yeah, this has got to be a mental hospital. He has suffered so much mentally that it landed him up here. Interesting, man. Very interesting indeed. Oh, sorry to keep pausing y'all, but please stop me. Please guide me. Please let me breathe. Wow. That painting by Jimin also means something.
Fissure in the columns that had upheld my childhood, which every individual must destroy before he can become himself. Such fissure and rents grow together again, heal and are forgotten. But in the most secret recesses, they continue to live and bleed.
there's no answer to that one. Wait, that was the phone booth with Namjoon, right? It was all chained up?
그때 나한테 왜 그랬어? I'm sorry, my sister. 숨겨도 감춰도 지워지지 않아. So cry, please dry my eyes. 저 빛이 내 죄를 비춰줘. 더 깊이 내 죽을 것만 같아. 그 벌을 받게 해줘. 저 죄를 사해줘. 제발.
Okay, I feel like I semi get that. So the parts that we see him, first of all, let me see, what is this? It almost looks like a mother holding a child, if we're being completely honest with this shot. But at the moments like this, where we see him like kind of getting beat up and stuff, I believe this is him recalling back to the moments where it seems like his dad would physically abuse both him and his sister. We see, you know, the bruising on his face, you know, being, you know, physically abused. However, at this moment, he recalls back to a phone booth, or the phone booth that we saw Namjoon at earlier. However, remember when we saw Namjoon in it, there was writing everywhere, but definitely no chains on the phone booth. Now we're seeing it with chains, but no writing. I believe this is prior to when Namjoon had gotten to it. I don't know, or afterwards and the writing's been cleaned off. I don't really know regarding the phone booth. However, we see him laying on the ground again, calling back to his abusive father, who obviously is addicted to alcohol, and him only having his sister. Remember, we just saw the bruising on his cheek. We no longer see it here, but we see it on hers. And these memories of his dad drinking and physically abusing him has caused a very huge toll on the homie V, because even when the worker is just drinking his water, stuff like this is enough for him to get a bit angered. We see him make this slight gesture with his lips, almost as if he's frustrated a little bit. He even had to look away, because such things as that just recalls back to all those horrible, evil, and disgusting memories that he recalls back to with him and his sister. Now, what's interesting is the puppy here, I think, is how he sees his sister, someone who's delicate, someone who's precious, someone who requires love and care. The cage that's coming over him and the dog signifies how he felt like he was trapped in this household, like there was no escaping this life with him and his sister. However, we see the dog manage to escape the cage. I'm assuming connecting it to when he unfortunately unalived his dad, it solves the problem for his sister, even though she's having to go through struggles of her own. I mean, you just saw your brother kill your dad. I mean, that's a whole different kind of challenge that you now have to face moving forward in life. But at least she's free from the physical abuse of her father. However, V is still stuck in this cage. Again, afterwards, after everything that has gone on, you would think that both of them would be free. Both of them could live happy lives. And that does not appear to be the case for the homie V, as we have seen since the beginning. He still feels trapped. He is still stuck, especially with those inner thoughts, recalling back to all those horrible memories. And then he even asked his sister specifically, please forgive that crime, either that or to himself about everything that he's done. Like I said, when we first reacted to it, even though he managed to eliminate his father again, and in the physical abuse that him and his sister both had to take from their dad, he has to live with that decision the rest of his life. And when all those thoughts start to gather inside your mind, it can feel like a prison. And at the same time, I think it's weird you make that connection. He's literally being interrogated by the cop. He's probably about to get locked up. Both in the real world and within his own mind, does he feel like he is encaged in like a cell.
전화 한 통만 하게 해주세요.
You only get one. Now, what's curious to me is who's he gonna call? Is it Namjoon? Is that why he was at the phone booth? Is he waiting for the...
There are numerous ways in which God can make us lonely and lead us back to ourselves. This was the way he dealt with me at that time.
Okay. Now, specifically, he addressed himself. Is that the piano we've seen on fire multiple times throughout the shots? There's only one man I know who whistles like that. Is that JK? That violin in the background, by the way. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
The other realm, however, overlapping half our house, was completely different.
I like how he says realm.
A loud mixture
Realm.
of horrendous, intriguing, frightful, mysterious things, including slaughterhouses and prisons, junkyards and screeching fishwives, calving cows, horses sinking to their death, tales of robberies, murders, and suicides.
Reflection. I was gonna say this one's got to be Namjoon. He's tattooing himself? Hey, not bad. You want to do me next? It's a whole different, like, storage unit. It's filled with mirrors and I'm so lost, yo. I'm trying to keep up. There's the phone call. Break it open.
I was so good on myself. I was so good on myself. I was so good on myself. I was so good on myself.
There's a word on it now in big red letters. Liar. Maybe this is the way he's painted himself, not being able to answer that call. Almost like he knows who is calling, right? And because he's unable to answer, he's let down V. This is how he sees himself now. You got to remember that ever since the beginning with that buddy system here, right? Each other's buddy takes on the responsibility of looking after that other member. Right. So with V being his buddy, he's supposed to be there for him no matter what. And I believe now with missing this phone call, this is how Namjoon has painted himself to believe that he is a liar, that he wasn't able to take care of V, watch after him, and definitely not be there for him when he needs him the most. He can't even answer the phone. It's not his fault. It's chained up, man. It's not his fault. He tried. It's like past midnight when I'm doing this, y'all. My brain is not thinking right now. The brain meats are not working. The gauges aren't
With
turning.
a face that resembled her son's, timeless, ageless, and full of inner strength, the beautiful woman smiled with dignity. Her gaze was fulfillment, her greeting a homecoming. Silently, I stretched my hands out to her.
Mama. Hey, mama. No, I'm just playing you. Hey, it is the homie J-Hope, though. It looks like he's almost in a mental hospital, bro. Oh, it is that song? I was just kidding. Can we talk about what the drugs are doing to him? The buddy system, the painting that's in Jimin's room when he's being videotaped. He was the other bed. He was the other freaking bed that's emptied. You're not you when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers. Literally, you're not you when you're hungry. I mean, because he's a whole different J-Hope right now. Isn't that the image we just saw on V's head? Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. That Eva. Wasn't this on a card with Jimin? Ava. I was right. I was freaking right. And then afterwards, he looks to the bed. And then afterwards, he looks to the bed and thinks about it. It's funny that even Jimin sees J-Hope that way. The moment he looks at the bed, he thinks of J-Hope. However, the way we do that connection is this martini glass filled with pills. The pills have overtaken J-Hope's life. They consume him so much, or actually he consumes them so much. I mean, he's practically drinking them down. I do think it's interesting, back when the homie J-Hope, it does say, with a face that resembled her son's. Then he has then he says afterwards,
Timeless, ageless, and full of inner strength.
okay,
The beautiful woman smiled with dignity.
okay,
Her gaze was fulfillment,
okay.
her greeting a homecoming. Silently, I stretched my hands out to her.
J-Hope, unfortunately, has, because of these pills, become an entirely different person. Like I said, once these pills start to pour into the room and he takes just one of them, he doesn't take all of them, one of them, look what they're doing to his life. The moment that he takes him, he's an entirely different person because of these pills. His mom sees her son's face, yet she knows that even though he looks like her son, he resembles her son, the person that she is seeing is not her son, because J-Hope has become an entirely different person. It's not his fault. It's the medicine. He's become an entirely different person because look at all the damn pills he's having to take just to survive, so that he doesn't have, I don't know if he had like a seizure or fainted and passed out earlier in the music videos. And somehow, because of all the pills that he's taken, it's landed him up here alongside a bed with the homie Jimin. Looks like they were both in a mental hospital. Now, what's interesting is if we go back and pause the frame, we actually saw we see the whole wings thing come up all the entire time. And when you pause it for a split moment here, you can see the wings emerge from the homie J-Hope. I don't really know what the forest means, other than the fact of maybe this is where they dream, him and Jimin dream of, you know, going to escape together in a forest where they could be alone and free from everyone else, isolated. However, the only reason I think this room is even shining is because this is when he was with his buddy. Didn't matter where they were together. Whether it was in their own imagination, pretending to be in this forest, or in this psychiatric hospital, the fact is they were there together. There was no gloomy day. But as we can tell, he's been separated from the homie Jimin, and look what it's done to the both of them. This painting also means something. Maybe the painting is him and his mom, because we got the mom kind of, she looked at her son's face and all that, and
The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. The bird flies to God. That God's name is Abraxas.
Abraxas. Awake. The homie Jin. I'm definitely more confused with Jin's. Is that the room we were in the beginning? Oh, he's trying to fight his way. I think he's trapped in here now. He's trying to fight his way out. What the heck?
믿는 게 아냐 버텨보는 거야 할 수 있는 게 다 이것뿐이라서 머물고 싶어 더 꿈꾸고 싶어 그래도 말야 떠날 때가 됐는걸 Yeah, it's my truth It's my truth
Is that the bird that Namjoon tattooed?
투성이겠지 But it's my pain
First of all,
It's my pain
these vocals, what song is this? Was this Fly?
Maybe I
Can never fly. Oh, I remember. I remember now. I'm so confused. Wait. So why'd he leave the photos here? I always thought, me personally, that this window signified hope for him. And yet we see him walking away from it. I don't really know what to say. When it comes to Jin, I'm definitely confused on this part. Holy crap. We see the bird multiple times throughout this music video. Or through all the short films. So I went back and I kind of watched a little bit. Namjoon mentions a god called Abraxas. And when I actually looked up Abraxas, it says Abraxas is referenced as the deity to whom the bird flies after breaking out of the egg, which is the world, representing a journey towards maturity, self-actualization, and navigating temptations. You know what's interesting? When I looked that up, it showed a picture of an image just like this. This is Abraxas. I don't want to make this connection, but I think that the world, and we can kind of see with all the warping, and we see Jin look into a reflection of himself that he touches, and, you know, does this waving effect as if what he's seeing is not real. We hear the loud booming of when he does this, it has like a kind of reaction to this world. I believe where he's trapped right now is not real at all. And in fact, I think with Jin being the savior of these boys, I believe we can see the scratches on the door where he's tried to escape. And unfortunately, he has not been able to. These doors open because I believe he has accepted the fate of these boys. The fact that he will not be able to save them, they must save themselves. And this comes with the maturity, right? The aspect of the Abraxas god and stuff like that, and moving more into that mature aspect of life, he has not given up on them. He's just accepted the fact of everything that they've been through is reality, right? And unfortunately, because it is reality, he'll be there for them as well, but it is ultimately up to them to save themselves, right? Unfortunately, he cannot save everybody. And I think because he has been able to identify this, because he's come to this realization and accepted this, he is maturing, which allows the doors to open and for him to leave, and move on on his own path. This took a while. Okay, I'm gonna edit this down for you guys, but I've been watching the same clip for about 40 goddamn minutes. Okay, my brain is fried. Okay, what's interesting though is if you look to the cabinet over here, it is locked. Very interesting. So I don't really know exactly what this means, because if he was trapped in this room, why is this locked? This was locked for a reason. He's able to leave, but unfortunately he wasn't able to get in here due to why? Something about this has piqued my interest. There is a lock on that cabinet for some goddamn reason, okay? And with the other 6, I believe these photos in some way, shape, or form resemble the previous boys, right? Leaving them there, again, not walking away from it, right? Walking away from that burden and that issue of trying to save them, knowing that you will never be able to, right? I hope this all makes sense, because if not, oh God, I might have to go back and rewatch. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. That's gonna go ahead and do it. Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.